Hello, everybody, and a warm welcome to you from a soggy Santo Domingo in the Dominican Republic at the Estadio Olímpico Felix Sanchez. We're in Group B tonight in the Concacaf Caribbean Cup. It is the hosts, Club Atletico Pantoja of the DR, taking on Jamaican side Harbour Football Club. Sean St. Jacques, our entire crew, happy to be with you. It's a massive game this evening. There's no question about that. As we take a look at the pitch conditions, should be, of course, noted that it has been raining for quite some time here in Santo Domingo. There has been some thunder and lightning as well. We hope it holds off and that Mother Nature allows us to get this very important fixture in tonight. Both teams need it. There's no question about it. And you should focus on the right-hand side of our screen here. Group B takes center stage tonight. Harbourview come into the evening joint top of the group with 1 game and 3 points under their belt. 2 points under the belts of Club Atletico Pantoja. Both teams really could use 3 points. Pantoja in particular, as there is a game in hand for Harbourview after tonight's proceedings. And of course, this is what the teams are fighting for, a place in the semi-finals of the Concacaf Caribbean Cup. And of course, those places only go to the top 2 teams in each group. So Harbourview have the inside track. There's no question about that. A win tonight would cement that inside track for the Jamaican side here. But Club Atletico Pantoja, with a win only, would get to the top of the group as it stands right now. They have 2 draws from their first 2 games in this group. 1 game where they led and then fell behind, or I should say, allowed the team to peg them back, and another where they were behind initially but came back to salvage a point as well. So they're hoping that they can turn 1 point into 3 points tonight. Whereas Harbourview, we haven't seen them in this competition in just about a month. They return tonight, and they're hoping to make it 2 wins out of 2 after an impressive August performance against rivals Dunbeholden in this group that saw them get 3 points and again have an inside track of potentially qualifying for the semifinals of the Concacaf Caribbean Cup. Again, we hope Mother Nature holds off for this one. We are ahead as scheduled, and we will step aside. We will meet the teams. We'll get to the anthems, and the starting lineup, of course, is well for both teams. Pantoja taking on Harbourview in Santo Domingo. The kickoff is just around the corner.
Demos la bienvenida al Club Atlético Pantoja y el Harbour FC para el partido de esta noche de la Copa Caribeña Concacaf.
Moments away from the start of this Group B fixture at the Concacaf Caribbean Cup. Sean St. Jacques, our entire crew, happy to have you with us here. Santo Domingo in the Dominican Republic. The site, the Estadio Olímpico. Felix Sanchez for this all-important Group B fixture. Club Atletico Pantoja, in particular, the host tonight, really need 3 points. There's no question about that. Harbourview with 3 points. The game in hand on Pantoja, regardless of the result tonight, would put themselves in prime position to potentially advance as one of the top 2 teams into the semifinals of this Concacaf Caribbean Cup. Let's meet the lineups for both teams. Amleto Bonacorso has this 11 for Club Atletico Pantoja. Immediately go to Luis Espinal, who scored a great goal on match day 2 for Pantoja here in Santo Domingo. He'll be important tonight, along with Ronaldo Vasquez in the attack. Robert Rosado and Jeremy Baez in the midfield are crucial cogs. And at the back, Francisco Ortega, Jason Mate in front of Mario Marte in goal will be important on the back end defensively for Pantoja, who have yet to keep a clean sheet at the tournament. 2 captains meet with the officials tonight. Leon Cully of Guyana leads our officiating crew. Guyana, Puerto Rico, and Curacao represented in our officiating crew this evening. All the visitors, Harbourview in their yellows with the blue trim, are led by Ludlow Bernard, and here is his starting 11. Romario Palma is in goal. Orland Harding captains the side in defense alongside Shamari Dyer. They're going to be very important in that fast of the game. Achuma Johnson and Garth Stewart lead the midfield along with Jashawn Anglin, Kasim Priestley. And of course, Omar Thompson and Shaquille Bradford will lead the attack. It's 2 up front for Harbourview as they hope to continue to assert themselves as the pace setters in this CONCACAF Caribbean Cup Group B. And of course, a road win would do quite a bit to help make that statement here tonight. And for Pantoja, they know they are running out of breathing space in this group. 2 draws, not bad results to begin this, but a victory would really help them out. There's no question about that. It would allow them to just about put themselves in the right position to potentially qualify. Of course, knowing that regardless of tonight's result, that Harbourview are a team that has a game in hand on them, only puts added pressure on the hosts tonight to win the match. It's the kind of soccer we love. Pressure-packed, a lot on the line, and Pantoja get us started in their navy blues with the yellow stripes and the yellow sash going from left to right down across the front of the kits. And it is Harbourview in their yellows with the blue stripes and the blue sleeves who are in possession. And Harbourview joint top of the group coming into the evening's proceedings. 1 game to their name so far. It was a win over Dunbeholden. Gavin Burton with a 71st minute winner. He's on the bench tonight for the visitors. And it's been a few weeks since we've seen Pantoja, of course, due to the international break where many of the Pantoja players are playing for the Dominican Republic in CONCACAF Nations League play. They had a 1-1 draw here in Santo Domingo against Dunbeholden of all teams, of course. It was Luis Espinal who was on the score sheet, only for Dunbeholden to come back and pick up a point. Of course, Juan Castaño begins the night on the bench for Pantoja, scored their goal 6 days prior to that last match in August. It was a goal that helped Pantoja come from behind against Cibao away from home to get a 1-1 draw. So 2 1-1 draws where Pantoja sits. However, Harbourview's 3 points from the first game have them in very good position. Player for Harbourview is down inside of 2 minutes here. It's the last thing that a player this early in the match, and Ludlow Bernard looks on there. He's the coach of Harbourview. Last thing you want to see this early in such an important match. Amleto Bonacorso looks on from the Pantoja point of view. Have a look at what happened here. And it was tough to tell there if there was contact. Gerard Lavernier turning away from the challenge. And it's Juma Johnson, who we highlighted earlier. Maybe just needed a moment or two. Hopefully he's okay to continue. You could see him grimace as the challenge happened and he spun away. And it was tough to tell how much contact there was, but clearly Johnson was in discomfort. Again, Cleon Cully of Guyana is our head official. He's going to send Juma Johnson to the near sideline to make sure he is ready to come back on. He's already ready to go. So Pantoja restart the play. Johnson's back on. It's almost like another restart. 3 minutes in, we get a refresh. And the Dominican side are in possession. And just to reiterate, a draw for Pantoja. You would think maybe not the worst result in the world. Well, with Harborview being a team ahead of them with the game in hand, Harborview not only would have an opportunity to add 3 more points with that extra game, but of course they'd stay ahead of Pantoja by 1 point. It would be Harborview on 4 points, Pantoja on 3 points, and Pantoja would know that Harborview would get 2 chances to get ahead of them in the table. Or I should say, strengthen their lead on them in the table, more importantly from a Harborview point of view. That's why, in particular for Pantoja, this is a crucial game tonight, because a win puts them in much stronger position to potentially get to their goal, which is to qualify as one of the top 2 teams in Group B for the Caribbean Cup semis. A win for Harborview doesn't quite book a place, but it puts them in tremendous shape to be one of the top 2 teams. A draw wouldn't be bad for them, but a win would put them on 6 points. And they get the jump on Robin Hood, but also on Pantoja and Dunbeholden as well. Just really sets them up nicely to move forward. Harborview and Robin Hood are the only 2 teams that have only played 1 match to this point. That's why this game could put Harborview in absolutely tremendous shape. And this ball is threaded in behind. Pantoja, we're looking for the offside flag. It's the first real chance. Oh, it's a sparkling goal. The first real look of the match. And it's a stunning strike from Omar Thompson. And Harborview get off to a dream start in the Dominican. They lead by a 1-0. Well, the way that developed, you almost weren't sure what he was going to do there, Omar Thompson, but he's only gone and scored a sensational goal here. Not much the goalkeeper, Marte, could have done with that. He maybe gets a touch. But Thompson's glorious strike gives Harborview a 1-0 advantage. The first real attack for either side produces a goal of the highest quality. And the Jamaicans have the lead on the road. Just the start Harborview would have been hoping for. And Pantoja, for a second time in this group stage, have to come from behind. Baez. Just to thread the ball through. He actually gets it back off the clearance, and now Harborview have it in possession, and it's a lovely slashing ball ahead. The goalkeeper Marte comes off of his line and does ever so well to slide it out of harm's way with Bradford lurking. Now, we talked about the 2 up front for Harborview, Thompson and Bradford. Omar Thompson pulls out an absolutely tremendous strike. He's curled curled into the penalty area. It was a searching ball, placed in there by Made. Review don't quite deal with it. Ball is sent to the far side for Vargas to chase. Vargas, he's beaten to it by the goal scorer, Thompson. Priestley up ahead. It's going to ricochet out for a throw-in to the visitors. Again, it must be mentioned, it didn't. It's tough to tell what Omar Thompson had going through his mind when he first picked the ball up. Had a couple of options. Again, there was a couple of thoughts of an offside flag going up there from the Pantoja camp in the back line, but nothing deterred Omar Thompson for going for goal. And he found glory at the end of it. From the edge of the penalty area, that strike was curled in. And Pantoja look for an immediate response. Goalkeeper spills it. It's up for grabs. And a foul is given on the back end. A moment there, Romario Palma would like to have back Harborview's goalkeeper. He absolutely spills this. Again, it is a slippery surface because of all the precipitation tonight. But good on Palma for getting the ball back underneath his spell at the vital moment. It's Luis Espinal, who scored last time here in Estadio Olimpico. Felix Sanchez, when Pantoja were here back in August. Clearly, was in the right place to pounce on a Palma mistake that he made amends for immediately. Give Pantoja credit, they've gone right back at Harborview a couple of times, but so far the visitors able to hold on to their lead. They've looked confident, especially since the goal went in. The first real chance for either side. Clearly it didn't take Omar Thompson too much time to get warmed up here tonight. Kimo Jones gets it back in play for Harborview. It's going to go out for a Pantoja throw on the near side. Sometimes teams can develop that winning habit in a tournament such as this. The first game can always be a precursor, not always, but sometimes I should say, could be a precursor of things to come in a group at Harborview, trying to carry that first match day victory into this game with them, and they've gotten off to the perfect start. Just what Ludlow Bernard would have been craving on the road. And the pressure already being on Pantoja before a ball had been kicked is now certainly on the hosts. Down a goal, knowing that if the result would stay this way, their chances of moving on would take a bit of a hit. They have to respond. Ball is sent out to the near side. Lavernier. Further upfield, it's a curling ball into the penalty area. Just needs some control. And Espinal thought he was fouled. It's crossed right back in, and it's cleared away. Looked like it was Jason Made who was lurking inside the penalty area. Shamari Dyer with a crucial touch. The ball's whipped back in again, and it's headed out of the penalty area. It's good physical play to keep it alive, and then a shot comes in. It sputters wide of the goal. A great extra effort by Ronaldo Vasquez. His shot in the end was well wide of the post. It was a firm challenge by Vasquez, but a fair one to win the ball back. Shoulder to shoulder contact, it appeared. But in the end, his shot just lacked the quality to really trouble Palma. That's got to be what Amleto Juan Corso, he's hoping for more of this kind of effort to win the ball back, get possession, get back on level terms. Pantoja can't worry about the high quality of Thompson's goal now. Have to worry about responding. This ball is floated over the top in Harbour view. Could be in behind again here. Bradford right across, and it's bundled around. It's still not dealt with, and Pantoja get enough contact on it to keep it out. The initial ball over the top. Shaquille Bradford did well to win it cleanly. His ball across was nearly perfect, but Pantoja, with 3 players around it, get enough on it to thwart another goal-scoring attempt. Still run here by Made to look for some space. He looks to go backwards to Lavernier, who's in space. There's a lot on the line. The pressure is high. You expect games like this, a lot of intensity, a lot of passion. And so far in this game, a lot of quality, specifically from Omar Thompson. Urgency is high. You can tell Pantoja want to atone for allowing the first goal to go in. Again, it must be said, one last mention of it. A tremendous strike from Omar Thompson. Take nothing away from the finish. Pantoja knew that getting the first goal tonight could have been really important for them. They can't worry about conceding it now. They have to try to find a way back, as they've done once already in this group stage on match day 1 away to Cibao. Whistle goes. Harbour View have a free kick. Omar Thompson, the goal scorer, involved here. Lovely skill to get past the first challenge, and then a couple of nibbles, not once but twice. In the end, Lavernier's challenge, referee deemed worthy of a free kick. Again, Thompson and Bradford trying to link up. I beg your pardon. Thompson and Stewart trying to find connection point, but Pantoja win the ball back. Ball's floated ahead, and Espinal, not a bad first touch, and he was actually nudged in the back, which may have impacted his touch. So it went out of play. But it's a free kick for Club Atletico Pantoja. Rosado, the captain, is going to leave this. Armando Vargas is going to take it. Vargas. It's headed on towards the back post. It was into a very dangerous area. The offside flag is up, and that negates any further action. Could have been out for a corner. Pantoja, maybe 1 or 2 players there couldn't keep themselves in an onside position off the flick, it appears. It's a free kick for Harbour View. Near side, Stewart. And the ball rolls underneath the boot on that pass back to Jones. Pantoja get possession back rather cheaply there. Covered by Vargas. Cisco Ortega. Near side, Vargas again. Reverse ball to this near side. Chance for Made. A couple of deflections, and then it's volleyed. It's deflected, and it's wide. Ronaldo Vasquez buys a ticket and nearly won the raffle there. Not much that Romario Palma could have done with that, and now from the short corner, it's curled in dangerously. It's headed high into the air. Ortega tries to keep it alive. It's cleared out. Rosado, the captain. It's a delicate touch to it to keep Pantoja in possession. Mate. Side, Bernard. Recycling it. Served into the penalty area. Lovely control by Espinal, trying to spin and shoot it. Wrap his boot around the ball and the defender on his hip. In the end, it's out of play. It's a goal kick. So a brief look there at the possession stats as well for both teams, but Omar Thompson's moment of high quality as Harborview in the lead in the live table on 6 points. Ball's going to sputter onto this near side, but Vargas is beaten to it. In the end, the pass is astray, and it's out for a Pantoja throw on the near side. Anytime we see this man, Coach, we know the intensity is already going to be high. And Leto on a Corso, but knows the importance of the outcome of this game, and the longer that Pantoja are behind, the tougher it's going to be for them. And the referee spotted an infraction here in the build-up, and it's going to be a Pantoja free kick in a very advantageous position. Well, lots of options now for Pantoja. They certainly have some very good quality themselves in moments like this on set pieces. Armando Vargas and Robert Rosado having a conference over it. 4 men in the initial wall for the Jamaicans here. Harborview, led by that man Romario Palma, making sure everyone's in the right spot. After Martez, just briefly in the area there, he moves away from this set piece opportunity. He's going to be left here for Armando Vargas. And Vargas's ball was always curling. In the end, it curls over the top and out for a goal kick. Another look. Rosado leaves it for him. Wasn't well, I should say wasn't far away. I should say was rather well struck. Armando Vargas was always bending. In the end, Palma didn't have to do too much besides read it. This ball is headed back into a dangerous area. Pantoja, if they hurry, could have some numbers here. Ball's played across, and it's blocked again by Dyer. Retrieved by Gerard, and it's a corner on the far side. Harborview with a bit of a miscue there in possession. And they end up giving away another set piece. Vargas will take it again. Vargas's ball is dangerous. It was near Martez. Just about headed away, but not definitively cleared yet. Mate curls it back in, headed out of the penalty area once more. Rosado just about keeps possession. Gets it back from Lavernier. Lost into the middle, he's blocked. Espinal gets in front of the goalkeeper to win it back. Another recycle, Palma gets back between the sticks. Rosado curls in another ball, cleared away by Priestley. Not definitively cleared. And the ball that's crossed back in by Vargas is blocked again. Vargas looks for space. A shot does come in, and Palma has to parry it. Espinal! Side netting. I think parts of the crowd maybe thought that that was the inside of the net that had been rippled. Luis Espinal cannot hit the target here on the second attempt. Not a bad effort at all, but Lavernier, maybe Palma could have done a bit better with that. And again, it must be said, it's a slick surface because of all the rain we've had in the lead up to the start of the match. It was drizzling at kickoff as well. So to be fair to Palma, he did well to parry that out, but Espinal just needed to wrap his boot ever so slightly more around it to hit the target. He hits the outside of the netting. Big chance for Pantoja, no question about that. They win another free kick on the Harbourview side of midfield. But more positive play for Pantoja. Comes so close now. He's getting back on level terms. Ortega, lovely ball through and a lovely little run as well. Just let that go. It nearly opened up again. But Harbourview again with enough numbers behind the ball. They get a touch to it. Good switch of the play onto this far side. It was poked into the penalty area. And again, it's sent wide of the goal. Palma maybe been tested again on that occasion, but the effort lacked a bit of quality. And it's a goal kick. The pressure there is good from Bradford. And Harbourview win possession high up the field with an opportunity to not only extend their lead, but maybe give their defensive unit a chance to take a breather. Really tremendous strike from Omar Thompson as Harbourview ahead, just past the midway point of the first half. Near side, Stewart. It all the way back for Dyer. And the ball is won back by Vasquez. And again, Pantoja can stride into the attack here. Lovely ball out to the far side. Espinal's in the middle. It's a lovely little cutback, but Vargas did maybe one too many twists and turns. Vargas, though, stays with it. And it's a delicate little chip. It's going to be kept alive again. Gerard curls one and puts too much altitude on the strike. Well, Armando Vargas nearly lost the opportunity initially, but great credit to stay with it. His cross was a bit too firm, but Gerard still could have created something from that. In the end, spurns the chance. Pantoja went it right back from the clearance. A little push and a chase on the near side by Vasquez. Vasquez's ball into the middle is headed down. Nice little interplay on the edge of the penalty area. Vargas again on the far side. Overlapping run. He's crossed into the middle. I think the ball went out of play first. Yes, it did. It's a goal kick. Too much on that overlapping pass. See the handshake in the background there. It was the right idea. It was the connection that was needed in that moment, but too much on the ball is what stifles the Pantoja attack on this occasion. Again, they're the team that looks more likely at the moment. Extra effort to win the ball back continues to rule the day in the midfield. And Harbourview, despite being ahead and defending well at times, are a bit up against it at the moment, and they give it away cheaply again. Lovely back heel to Ronaldo Vasquez. His pass into the middle is deflected out for a throw-in on the near side. onto the far side. He's kept in. And then taken back by Harding, the captain for Harbourview. Gets a boot in. Wins possession back for the visitors. And a clattering challenge comes in. Clever Martez, it looks like, left a little bit extra on the challenge. And it's going to be a free kick for Harbourview. It was Omar Thompson, the goal scorer. No, it wasn't, beg your pardon. On that far side, who got upended. It might have been Bradford. He was just trying to turn. Yes, it was. Shaquille Bradford. Did well to get to the ball first. Took a little bit of an extra knock for his troubles, but wins a free kick. This serviced in by Sean Anglin. It falls for Stewart. As it blocked away by Martez. Vargas with a little back heel, played ahead. Vasquez for Pantoja. Certainly a threat. Last match day when Dunbeholden were in town. This game is played out a bit similarly to the match day 1 fixture and the match day 2, with Pantoja having to come from behind. This play essentially Espinal. Run was continued on. Espinal's ball not pinpoint enough, and Palma is there for Harbourview. Another look. Again, it's the right idea from Espinal here. He knows that the run is continued, but pass was too close to the goalkeeper, Palma. Was able to get his gloves to it. Again, Coach Corso has to like what he's seeing in the midfield. They continue, Pantoja, to dominate that part of the game. Will it yield an equalizing goal? That is of the utmost importance at the moment. This ball is threaded down the line. Vard tried to continue on with it, and he's, well, not happy with the referee's decision, but it's a throw-in to Harbourview on the far side. There's a player down for Harbourview on the back end. Romain Brackenridge, who slid his boot in for the challenge here. He's slow to continue. Looks like he gets plenty of the ball, and it looked like the decision from the assistant was just about right for a throw into Harbourview on the far side. Just maybe a bit shaken up. And we're back to live action. It's played dangerously back into the middle. Ronaldo Vasquez nearly wins the ball back. Pantoja do get possession back high up the field. It's played into the penalty area, and it's just too far out in front. Jason Made, who helped to win the ball back for Pantoja in the midfield. And now Harbourview could be on the break here, but it's a good challenge defensively by Clever Martez. Referee's going to play advantage here. It's sent to the far side by Anglin. And now the referee brings it back. Says that the challenge, Ronaldo Vasquez didn't yield to enough of an advantage there, it looks like, and it's going to be a free kick. That was the challenge. It wasn't a good challenge from Vasquez, that's for sure. Well, there's a bit of a back and forth here, maybe over whether or not the referee should have allowed play to continue there. Again, it's out of play. And it looks like Pantoja are going to get possession back. I think the conversation was about, well, you've already played advantage for Harbourview there. They got a chance to play a ball forward. Just because Pantoja may or may not have had it covered, we never found out, really. to bring the ball back for a free kick at that point, I think was what Emleto on a Corso was frustrated about. He said, well, I'm assuming he said that I've already given them the advantage. They didn't take it. So why are you bringing it back now for a free kick, I think was the discussion there. In the end, it didn't yield to much of anything for Harborview, and we play on. Lovely ball threaded through in behind Espinal, is able to poke that into space. Maybe an opportunity for Vasquez. Vasquez nearly gives the ball away. Kept alive by Gerard. It's clipped forward into the penalty area, and it's chested down, and it's a spinning shot. Unleashed inside of the penalty area by Luis Espinal, and he skies his chance. How many times have we seen him get good position inside the penalty area? The ball was clipped in nicely. Again, Espinal does well to use his body to win the ball. But he was always going to be up against it there, trying to spin and shoot like that on the turn. Couldn't put it on frame. Pantoja trying to tiptoe the touchline on the near side. It's a throw-in for the hosts. Although Bernard, I think, was looking for a call to go his way. It hasn't. The Dominican Republic side are back in possession with 11 minutes left in the half. Omar Thompson's goal, still the difference at the moment for Harborview of Jamaica. Vasquez. Delicate little ball into the penalty area, but it was an inaccurate pass. Harborview trying to clear it. This occasion they do win a free kick, but that's been the place where Harborview, since the goal has gone in, has struggled. When they do win the ball back, they don't keep it for very long. That's to do with Pantoja's incredible effort, but also has to do with some misplaced passes. I think that's fair to say. But it's a really important footnote. Pantoja are still behind with 10 minutes left in the half. Martez playing the ball ahead on that far side. Since Thompson's goal, there haven't been a ton of chances for Harborview. There have been a couple. It's been Pantoja that have dictated the tempo and managed the game. Just haven't found an equalizer yet. Too well to recover the ball there. Could have been a break on for Harborview. Fournier. It's an acrobatic save before that ball could potentially go out of play. A couple of crunching challenges come in. Referee allows play to continue. 2 players are down for Harborview, and Ludlow Bernard is wondering why a free kick hasn't been given. He may very well have a point. Have a look. Well, maybe that was a clean challenge from Vasquez, but Coach Bernard was wondering why the second one that came in there. Maybe because there was some follow through from Stewart. Maybe referee has that right in the end. Live, it looked like there was a bit of contact, but the replay shows that there was quite a bit of the ball won there by Ronaldo Vasquez, and maybe it was the off-balance nature of Garth Stewart's next step that allowed him to bundle in to the second challenge, and both players look to be okay. Ball is smashed ahead. It's essentially a giveaway. It's out for a goal kick. back by Harborview on the far side. And the visitors are back in possession. And they'll keep it with a throw on the far side. Well, the first game of the day in the Caribbean Cup Group A action. Quite the back and forth affair. Port of Spain, I should say, taking on Golden Lion. In the end, Golden Lion win the game 3-2. Quite a few twists and turns in that one. It's a huge win for the visitors in that game, Golden Lion. Harborview might continue the trend here in our second game of the evening. There's more action coming up tomorrow and next week as well. Tomorrow it'll be Dunbeholden against Robin Hood. That's another game with similar stakes as this one. Certainly both teams will be watching this game, especially Robin Hood. See if Harborview win this game, Robin Hood will have to match. The free kick was sent in. Referee's whistle went here, and there was a bit of pushing and shoving going on inside the penalty area. Maybe a couple of holds as well. It's continued as the referees tried to keep the peace. Can Harborview double their advantage here? It's curled in, it's headed away by Ortega, and there's a foul, allowing Pantoja to clear their lines. Francisco Ortega might have taken a shot there on the back end, but he does his job, and Pantoja win back possession. Ortega. That's a beautiful ball down the line. It's kept in play by Ronaldo Vasquez with some help from Vargas. Just threaded through, and it's Vasquez, I should say. And Vasquez curls a shot that is parried out by Palma for a corner for Pantoja. It was threaded back in by Lavernier, and Ronaldo Vasquez, well, it opened up for him here. To see if that did take a touch off Palma. He certainly went for it. From the corner, a chance to build something here. Bit of a pass through the middle. It's cleared, and then challenge sees it go back out of play for another corner. Pantoja fighting here to get back on level terms before the halftime interval. Vargas whipped it in. It took a couple of deflections on the way through, but it is cleared away. And on the near side, it trickles out of play just to the left of Ludlow Bernard. And it's a Harborview throw for his boys. It's going to go right back out for another throw, the Jamaican side. Well, Pantoja, the bench players weren't too happy with the decision. Jason Mate wasn't too pleased either. And Harborview could create something from this. Ball is crossed into the middle, and it's volleyed, and it's off the bar. Well, it was nearly a second amazing Harborview goal. Chuma Johnson with a vicious effort. Not sure if the goalkeeper got a touch to that. I think it was a goal kick, so presumably not. But Harborview nearly scored another tremendous goal. He's going to stop the play here. It's a free kick that Pantoja have won, that Harborview are stifling here. Well, Omar Thompson's goal was tremendous, but Chuma Johnson nearly topped it with a volleying effort. must be said, Harborview have not come up with a ton besides the goal and that tremendous volley. But they've come up with some quality moments when they've needed to, and sometimes that's enough. As a yellow card's going to come out here after the challenge came in. Harborview not thrilled, and there's Pantoja players. It's actually going to go Ronaldo Vasquez's way, beg your pardon. Pantoja frustrated with the decision in the end, and maybe it was Harborview asking for a little bit more. There's been physical play in this game, there's no question about that. And you see there, Vasquez not looking at the ball when his body leaned into the challenge, and I think it's for that contact that the referees deemed it a bookable offense. This ball's up for grabs inside the penalty area, and Pantoja playing with a bit of fire there. Gareth Stewart didn't give up on the play, and he couldn't put the ball on target. It can be very dangerous when a ball is popped up like that. Gareth Stewart had the height advantage, and he nearly, I beg your pardon, Bradford that time gets a boot to that on the clearance. A couple of nervy moments for Pantoja at the back. Stewart nearly pouncing, and then Shaquille Bradford getting a boot to it. Final minute of the half before injury time. One back by Ortega. Loops it over to this far side, and it's an acrobatic clearance by Harding. It's a Pantoja throw. So they're going to try and take quickly, at least as quickly as they can. This was through the legs, I think, of Bradford. Vargas was the edge of the penalty area. Vargas again. Delicate little poke through. It's looped in for Espinal and held by Palma as we enter 2 added minutes at the end of a really enthralling first half. It was the 2 captains there that swung through that. Nobody really got good contact on it. Harborview come out with possession after some great skill and poise. Harborview flood things forward here. It's left off by Johnson. Curled into the path of Stewart. And Stewart stumbles at the vital moment. Unlucky for him. And it's going to be a throw-in for Pantoja. Sequence leading to that was much better from a possession point of view for Harborview. They were not able to make anything of it. And that was a dangerous little header back with Bradford lurking. And again, Pantoja lived to tell the tale. It's 3 moments now where they've been a little too lax at the back and have not been punished. Pantoja keep pushing. Vargas, final 35 seconds of the half. Vasquez. He's brought down, it's a free kick. When Garth Stewart gets into the face of Ronaldo Vasquez, who really should not be taking part in any of that. He's already been booked. The yellow card has come out here on the back end of the sequence, and that is a yellow card for Made. Pantoja. Have a look. Oh, and it's for a very unnecessary push in the back. Made on Johnson. Well, it's not even on the person who made the challenge. Again, you never want to see anyone get pushed like that, but Garth Stewart is the one that should have the gripes from Made, but with a very unnecessary yellow card there that we'll keep an eye on in the second half. In the meantime here, could be the final act of the half. Armando Vargas on this free kick. Pantoja pushing for an equalizer. Vargas sees it punched by Palma, out for a corner. Looks like there'll be just enough time to take this. Still more defending to do for Harbourview. Gerard Lavernier will take the set piece. It was whipped into the near post. It was Martez who was closest to it. It's sent back into the mixer, headed out of the penalty area. And it's going to be sent wide of the goal in the end by Gerard. And that's how the half ends in Santo Domingo. Plenty of action between these two. There's no question about that. But the moment of magic came from Omar Thompson because of that brilliant goal. Harbourview have the lead. Club Atletico Pantoja still have work to do in the second half, despite all of their close opportunities. At the half in the DR, it is Pantoja 0, Harbourview 1. should say. Juma Johnson, who hit the crossbar with a lovely volley in the first half. His day is done. Courtney Allen is on to replace him. And Harborview are hoping that they are 45 minutes away from being on 6 points from their first 2 matches in this group phase. Put them in fairly good shape to advance to the semifinals of the Concacaf Caribbean Cup. And this result holds like this. The referee starts the second half and then stops it in its tracks. Seconds in. We'll put Pantoja behind the 8 ball here, potentially. If the result holds, Pantoja really need to win this game tonight because the likes of Harborview and Robin Hood, who are ahead of them, both have games in hand. Robin Hood will play tomorrow against Jamaican side Dunbeholden. Of course, if both teams were to win, Harborview to win this game and Robin Hood to win tomorrow night, that would really put the rest of the teams in the group in a very tough spot. And of course, the back and forth game between Golden Lion and Port of Spain earlier tonight claimed the hopes of the Trinidad and Tobago side. Port of Spain are out as far as their qualifying hopes for the semifinals, and Golden Lion, with that win, keep themselves alive. They have to try to chase down Defense Force. We're currently in second in Group A of this Concacaf Caribbean Cup. Cavalier lead that group on 7 points. Cibao still have 2 games left, and Dunbeholden, of course, will really need a result tomorrow, but after tonight, Pantoja have just 1 game left. From the throw, it's headed out of play, but the referee spots an infraction. And it's a Harborview free kick. Of course, Harborview will be going from right to left in the second half. The teams switched sides. Mario Palma will clear the lines for the team that's ahead at the moment, the Jamaican side. Near side, Thompson. What does he have for an encore in the second half? Didn't hear a ton from him after the goal, to be fair. That was because the sense of urgency was ramped up a few notches by Pantoja. They just weren't able to be clinical enough in the final third. That's what's eluded them to this point. They arguably had the better of the 2 halves, or I should say the better of the 2 in the first half. They look for an equalizer here, but again, the chance is lost. A shot that goes soaring over the top from Armando Vargas. And Harborview creates something at the other end. Thompson is beaten to it by Jeremy Baez, who was active in the first half. Palma clears under pressure. Beg your pardon, Marte clears under pressure for Pantoja. It's going to be a challenge, and it's going to be a yellow card as well for Romain Breckenridge, who doesn't want to receive it, but he has no choice. It's actually the first player for Harborview to be booked tonight. 2 players for Pantoja playing on yellow cards at the moment. It's very clear that Breckenridge absolutely hacks at Gerard there. The 2 players for Pantoja on yellows are Jason Made and Ronaldo Vasquez. And that is going to be a poor pass, and it goes out of play. Pantoja give the ball away rather cheaply there. What can Harborview do with it? This is Stewart, who threads a lovely ball down the line that far side. Thompson was waiting for it in the middle, and the pass is curled in over the top of everybody's head and out for a throw-in. It did take a deflection. It's going to stay with Harborview. Well, Pantoja disagree with the decision. Well, the decision's been changed. It appears the assistant on the far side said there was no deflection on the cross, so it goes back to Pantoja in the end. threaded through by Gerard. Sato kept that alive. It's an incisive pass, but it's picked off. Stewart just trying to send the ball forward. It was the right idea, and he was held up. Referee looked to play advantage there. It's going to be brought back for a free kick to the visitors. Leon Cully of Guyana is our center official. Just trying to calm down Ludlow Bernard, the Harborview coach, who's had a few choice words with a few of the decisions that have been made, as has Amledo Corso. There's no question about that. On back, though, by Ronaldo Vasquez, who plays the ball across the midway line. Vargas for Espinal. Espinal just trying to poke it ahead. It could open up here for Baez, who touches in a cross. The header goes central to the penalty area. It's not a great clearance. It's still up for grabs. Stewart, using all of his length, wins it back for Harborview. Anglin sends it ahead. And the flag stays down on this near side here for Bradford. And the clearance that Martez forces there was out of play. He says there was a deflection off of a Harborview player. When it continues to boil over behind the play as well. Garth Stewart is still down at the end of the sequence. He helped to keep possession for Harborview under pressure. There was a Pantoja player that went past him and had his hands up as if he had nearly made contact. Well, I wonder if that's what the referee's investigating a little bit here, trying to find out if there was a late touch on Stewart after the play had moved along. Garth Stewart can be one tough customer to deal with because of his ability to keep possession in moments like that, used his size and used his length as well. Well, hopefully Garth Stewart is okay. Atletico Pantoja checking in with the referee here. Haven't seen anything come out as far as yellow cards or anything like that, and looks like we are going to see this move on with a throw. It's a throw-in for Harborview on the near side. Omar Thompson, the goal scorer, is going to leave it. Goal coming back in the 6th minute for Harborview. Goal that, for the night, put them at the top all by themselves, pending the Robin Hood result tomorrow against Dunbeholden here in Group B. And Baez from the throw-in slices it out of play for a corner. Can Harborview add on to their advantage? Ball is curled in high towards the back post. In the end, it's out of play for a goal kick. And Stewart tried to pick a fight with Marte. And Pantoja begin with possession once again. In desperate need of an equalizing goal. There's no question about that. If this result goes against them and then Robin Hood potentially winning tomorrow, that would put Pantoja up against it. And actually, if both of those results happen, there would be no way back for Club Atletico Pantoja. Both teams would be on 6 points, and Pantoja would only have 1 game left in this group stage, which means the best they could hope for is 5 points, which would not be enough in that scenario. Shows again why this game is so important. One goal could change the entire complexion of the group. Chance to cross this into the middle on the far side. 2 defenders are there to snuff out. And Seri Gerard just runs out of space. And he's switched over to this near side for Jeremy Baez. Baez plays the ball centrally to Vasquez, who has his shot blocked. Baez again. Baez just trying to poke the ball through. It's a ricochet, and then Espinal frustrated as he left a bit of his shoulder in there, and as he was able to keep the ball, he did it by fouling the goal scorer, Thompson, in the end, and because of that, it ends the sequence with a free kick. See some of the frustration starting to seep in a little bit for Pantoja. They have a lot of time left. A draw would be much, much better than a loss here. At least could keep them alive for another match day in this group. Of course, really what they need is a victory. A win puts Pantoja right back in the mix. And even with Harbour still having 2 games left, pressure would be right back on them. As Pantoja, despite having 1 less game to play, would have 2 extra points to work with. They have to get the first goal first. Rosado, who it finds its way through on that far side. Ball is laid off, a challenge comes in, and it's a penalty. Just like that, the complexion of the group can totally change. Well, it was a miscue initially on the far side. 2 players for Harbourview went for the same ball. Neither of them got there. And Ludlow Bernard knows how important this upcoming spot kick could turn out to be. It's a challenge from Deshaun Anglin. And he clearly leaves a boot in there and gives away the penalty to Gerard. We talked about how important a goal for Pantoja could be in this group. They now have a massive opportunity here to get back on level terms. Robert Rosado, the captain, is going to step up in Pantoja's hour of need here. Romario Palma is going to be called upon to keep Harbourview ahead. In moments like this, teams do tend to turn to the man wearing the armband. Robert Rosado will be called upon in this crucial moment. Could be a group encompassing moment here for Pantoja. Their backs have been up against the wall for nearly the entirety of the match. Robert Rosado could give them a huge dose of life here. The captain steps up for Pantoja and scores for Pantoja. Robert Rosado with the rescue act. And with just over an hour to play, Pantoja are level. And their prospects in the group look a lot better now than they did just a minute ago. Down for nearly an hour in the match. It's a captain's goal for Pantoja to get them back on level terms and give them new life here in Group B. There's no understating it. That is a massive moment potentially in this group. High pressure moments need poise and sometimes near perfection. It was just about a perfect penalty from Robert Rosado. He makes no mistake. And Pantoja have a new lease on life here in Group B with half an hour of the 90 still to play. And it must be said, on the balance of the match, that goal has been coming. It was just about whether or not it was going to arrive for Pantoja. And for them and their supporters, from their perspective, luckily, it has arrived. And now Harbour look for an immediate response on the other end. They look to bounce back now. The challenge comes in at the back end of the sequence. It's a free kick. And Courtney Allen certainly doing some great extra effort work there. Made a long, long run to stay with that, the substitute, and he wins a set piece. Two in the wall for Pantoja. Anglin, who gave away the penalty, tries to go for goal in the end, and you can see that his effort takes all the air and all the sting out of that opportunity. You could see maybe by his body language there, he tried to make amends for the mistake. It was always against him there. Harbour almost taking a page out of Pantoja's book. They go right back after them in search of a second goal. Cross into the middle is headed away. Rosado tries to put Pantoja back on the front foot to complete the turnaround. Rosado continues running forward. Gerard into the attack. Gerard into the penalty area. Gerard wins a corner for Pantoja and almost knocks over the Concacaf TikTok sign. Vernier sets up this set piece for Pantoja. Always whipped in dangerously. It's headed high into the air. It's going to go back out for another corner to the hosts. Once again, Garth Stewart is struggling for Harbourview. Stewart's been brought back up to his feet, but you can tell he is still struggling quite a bit. Sometimes cramp is presumed in these situations. We hope that it's nothing too serious. Not the first time Garth Stewart has had an issue tonight. It looks like he'll need some medical attention here. He's asking for the stretcher. He's still asking for the stretcher. Well, if you have to ask more than once, that's too many. Garth Stewart's in need here. He's in need right now, and now the medical staff finally realizes the referee is getting their attention here. Leto on the Corso sees that Garth Stewart is okay, and he's asking the fourth official how many times is that going to happen. Again, you don't want to presume that the player is feigning injury in that spot. But Coach Corso, I think, may have been asking the question there. Second try at the corner for Pantoja. It's going to be headed over the top and out for a goal kick. It looked live that could have been out for another corner, but the referee didn't see it that way, and it's going to be a goal kick. Chested down by Baez, who was clipped. It's a free kick with 25 minutes plus stoppage time left. Harborview are going to get a substitution ready here. And it is Garth Stewart who is going to come off. Maybe he didn't need the stretcher, but he clearly needs a breather. And if a strong shift for him, and Kamar Mullings is going to take his place here, a like-for-like change for Harborview. Minutes after they were pegged back. They had the lead inside of 6 minutes, and for nearly an hour of the match, they held on to that lead, but a penalty conversion from the captain, Robert Rosado, has Pantoja back on level terms. He's played dangerously into the penalty area here, and Marte needed to get that right, and he did. It's a poor pass up ahead to give it back to Harborview, but it's a goal and a conversion from Rosado that makes Pantoja's path to the semifinals a bit more brighter. It gives them more hope. A win will put them in much, much better shape. There's no question, but a loss tonight, again, could see them get eliminated tomorrow if Robin Hood were to take care of business against Dunbeholden. Pantoja now, having gotten the equalizer, can push for a winning goal. Although Harborview have the same idea in mind, and this could be an opportunity for them here. Just two attacking players up ahead, and they might only need two! Oh! Great effort. Nearly a solo, superb move in the end. Shaquille Bradford, who had help from the substitute Mullings, went for goal himself, and he wasn't a million miles away, the striker. It was a 2-on-4, nearly a 2-on-5, and Harborview nearly created something from that. Bradford had to be patient, and he did get a shot away. And now Pantoja trying to come back on the other end of the pitch, but the pass in behind is cut out. Looking for Luis Espinal. And Baez trying to win the ball back. Ends up winning a free kick. Look at the last sequence here, and I think it's Mullings who is penalized. Ball is sent ahead down the far side. Centering pass for Lavernier. Baez, little back heel. Gerard keeps on going into the penalty area, and a bit of a nudge on the way through. Sees Harborview win a free kick. This time the captain, Roland Harding, is able to do the defensive work there. And despite Harborview leading for such a long portion of the match, it really has been Pantoja, even during that stretch of nearly 55 minutes or so with a deficit, we're the more likely to score. That's continued, although now Harborview could have been in behind again. Offside flag is up against Bradford. It was a great stop from Mario Marte, who didn't realize the flag was going to save him in the end. He makes the save initially. That's a huge, huge moment, although again the flag would have stopped it anyway. And it looks like here Omar Thompson, the goal scorer for Harborview, who certainly scored the goal of the match. He is going to come off. Andre Fagan will take his place with 20 minutes plus stoppage time still to play. Thompson, to be fair, besides the goal, doesn't create too much for Harborview, but on the road sometimes that can be enough. At the moment, though, it's only enough for a point. Additional 2 points, still very much up for grabs here. A lot of time left for some late drama. Pantoja certainly earned that equalizing goal. Rosado canceling out Thompson's beauty. That's where we stand. Pantoja in the ascendancy at the moment, but Harborview have come up with a few chances since they've been pegged back. It's going to be a foul and a free kick for Dominican Republic side. Have a look, it's actually the substitute. It just came on. Andre Fagan was penalized. Now Harborview get the ball back quickly here. It's a lovely ball played into the penalty area, but not the best of touches. Shaquille Bradford does well to stay with this. Gets into the penalty area. Still Bradford. And he picks somebody out. In the end, he's dispossessed. It looked like the chance had gone, but Shaquille Bradford kept it alive. And now Espinal looks to lead Pantoja the other way, and it's a delicate clearance and then a header away. And Shamari Dyer. Kept alive on the far side for Harborview. The middle for Fagan, and the pass out wide. Sees a player stray offside. In that position, that is a backbreaker. Could have been a real chance. It's a miscue that stops Harborview for now in their tracks. Pantoja look to be making a change here. Mark Castaño, who's their match day one hero, I should say, comes on. John Mosquera is going to come on as well. Looks like Rosado is going to come off. And that is the outcome here. Double switch for the hosts. Rosado certainly has done his job. No question about that. His equalizing goal. Is Pantoja back in a big way now. He'll be frustrated to come off, of course. Made came off as well. And it's actually a third change here. Oliver Duran is going to come on, and Lavernier is going to come off. So Made, Lavernier, and Rosado off. Castaño, Duran, and Mosquera all on. And Mario Palma, the goalkeeper of the Jamaican side, needing some work done on him as well. Well, you can see there, it's been a very physical game. No question about that. A lot on the line. And Pantoja have answered the bell in the second half. Can they find a winning goal? That's the real question. Are Harborview going to leave with a result? Maybe 1, maybe 3 points. That is still to be determined. Pressure here from Harborview. It forces the ball out off of, well, in the end, off of Allen, pressuring Ortega. See how much stoppage time there's going to be left, but there's about 15 minutes and change left of the 90. It's a winning goal. All it's left to fight for, and it could be a vital winning goal as well if it does arrive. What helps Pantoja, as far as a draw is concerned, is that they can still stay alive, even if Robin Hood were to win tomorrow. That 1 point keeps them in the race, just about, for the top 2 spots. So they'd still be in striking distance of Harborview. That's why a defeat, and again, it still could come for both of these teams, but a defeat would put Pantoja in a position where they could be eliminated tomorrow. And we talked about this earlier, but worth reiterating, a win for Pantoja would put them ahead of Harborview and potentially in a position to qualify. There's still games to be played for both teams. And there's still 16 minutes left of this one. I beg your pardon, 14 minutes left. Plus stoppage time. Thompson's goal canceled out by Rosado. This ball's floated into a dangerous area. Marte could have came for that, he didn't. Could be a chance to cross this into the middle. The cross is blocked by Mosquera. And Mosquera wins the ball back a second time before he clears for Pantoja. And Vasquez with a great first touch here. They lead Pantoja up ahead. Baez. Espinal is in the middle. It's clipped into the penalty area. It's headed out. Baez wins the ball back. Duran. This played out wide. It's crossed into the middle and it's deflected out of play by Jones, and it's a corner for Pantoja on the far side. Another look, more pressure than Gerard's cross. He was looking, I think, for Espinal, maybe Vasquez. But it leads to another corner. Ball is curled in, headed out, volleyed back in, blocked again. Another strike comes in, Espinal stops it. Flag stays down, and in the end, Harborview through Jones clean things up and clear their lines. It's not definitively cleared yet, although Vasquez with a misplaced pass sees it cleared further upfield. It's back for Baez. Gerard on the near side. Wins a throw. Gerard from Baez. Gerard's cross into the middle is tame for Palma, who for some reason finds the need to get acquainted with the grass. That's a bit of a challenge there from Duran that was a bit too much, I should say. Overzealous. Harborview get a free kick. I wonder if it's one of those situations where Harborview would be okay with a point. Hey, the game is gone. There's still opportunities for them to maybe get back ahead, and this could be one of them. And again, it's delicately dealt with in the tight quarters. And Pantoja, after some really nice work from the substitute Juan Castaño, do clear their lines, and now a couple more changes coming. Espinal is going to come off, along with Armando Vargas, and Franco Perez is going to come on. Looks like Kelvin Martinez is going to come on as well, and that is the outcome on the second change. And Harborview getting a change ready as well. It's going to be Gavin Burton who's going to come on. Marcusine Priestley. Of course, Gavin Burton was the Matchday 1 winning goal scorer for Harborview against Dunbeholden back in August. Could he come on and do it again with 10 minutes left? Who knows? We will see. And the ball couldn't be kept in on the near side. Throw in for Pantoja, despite the efforts of Harding. Bradford tried to weave his way through 2 defenders, but he was dispossessed. He's headed forward. Martez wins a free kick for Pantoja. Up ahead to Baez. Pulls in a decent cross. It is headed to the far side. Mosquera can come up with something here. He tries to go for glory, but he sends the shot soaring into orbit. Very advantageous opportunity for an ambitious shot. And Golden Lion with a huge win over Port of Spain earlier tonight. Port of Spain eliminated in Group A. Golden Lion have to feel that they've rejuvenated their chances. And Pantoja were up against it here. There's no question about that tonight, but they have found a way back level thanks to their captain, Robert Rosado, from the penalty spot back in the 59th minute. The yellow card. He's going to come out here as well, Shamari Dyer. And this is the reason why. Unnecessary extension and a push. Confirmation of Dyer's yellow. For Harborview down in the meantime. Sure, both sides are weighing in. Breckenridge, who's already on a yellow, I think was the one that was down. Pantoja have a free kick out of this. From the free kick, Vasquez plays it back out. It's lofted towards the back stick. And Palma, who didn't quite deal with that as strongly as he would have hoped, carries it out of play, and I think it's out for a corner. I wonder if he got his fingers stuck between the ball and the crossbar here. And Leto Bonacorso is still making sure that this isn't more time-wasting tactics from Harborview, who might be okay if the game ends level pegging. I think Palma, again, this is an awkward ball as well, but it looked like he misjudged it, but did enough to punch it out. I wonder if it either caught his fingers in between or if he punched the crossbar as he tried to get the ball out. It's out for a corner, so he must have made some contact on it, and Mosquera will send the ball back into the penalty area for Pantoja. Can Pantoja turn the game on its head here? And not quite able to be sent forward, and then a possible head injury off the Baez attempted header. Sees the play stopped again. And hope that wasn't too much fierce contact. Another look off the Mosquera cross. And Baez does go through the back of Orland. Harding, the captain here. There's Pantoja player who's also slow to continue, and it's Baez, who was okay initially, but maybe he's feeling the after effects. Harding is still holding onto his head. Well, the tough part about this is that Harborview, I believe, have one change left that they can make here. Taking your captain off when you're trying to hold off Pantoja is a tough prospect. However, if Baez were needed to be brought off, and it doesn't look like that is the case, Pantoja, I believe, have used all of their substitutions, so they do not have the luxury of making any more changes tonight. Harborview, I believe, have one more change they can make. Baez is back on. And luckily as well, Harding rejoins us. Ooh, a bit of a slip there and a coming together. Referee, I don't think saw that as the ball went away. Pantoja have it back in possession. We'll also have to wait and see how much stoppage time there's going to be. This is Baez! And Palma holds. Baez went right back to work for Pantoja, but couldn't beat the goalkeeper. The ball is sent ahead. The game's been slowed down a bit by these stoppages, but there's still time, and there could be a good chunk of time left for a late winner in this match. A few twists and turns in the first game today in Group A. Are we in store for an epic climax to the match? Mark Thompson's goal canceled out by Robert Losado. We'll wait to see if there's going to be a third goal. Well, again, Romario Palma is trying to use up more clock. And to Amleto Monacorso's point, the Pantoja coach, that has happened multiple times in the second half. And to be fair as well, the referee has not booked Palma yet for time wasting. That is a bit peculiar, considering the fact that that is trying to be cracked down more upon. Palma's done this 3 or 4 times now. Palma's clearance, not the best of clearances. Harborview win a free kick as we approach the 90th minute. Ball is sent ahead towards the penalty area. It's headed down by Fagan, kept alive, but it's a bad pass back. Ooh, and was there a bit of a outstretched arm there? And then there's a coming together at the end of the play as well. You know, Bradford may have been poked in the eye by Francisco Ortega, who's now on the ground after there was another brief moment while the players were going to the referee, and there was a bit of an outstretched hand there. Ortega, he's curious as to why Bradford reacted like that, and Bradford is saying, "You poked me in the eye." But then now Ortega's down, along with Harding, at the back end of the sequence. The referee's already brandished a yellow card here. It's going to be for Ortega for leaving his hand out, making contact. which, to be fair, was unnecessary. And Harding, who says he's okay, he's going to get up to his feet. And when he gets up, he's going to be booked as well. A very peculiar sequence. Again, the word just seems to be unnecessary here on both sides. And it's a game that's going to have 7 added minutes left, by the way. So a lot could still happen here. Game where there's a lot on the line for both teams, but some of the shenanigans that have gone on have been completely unwarranted. And when the dust is settled here, it's going to be a Harbour View free kick that Pantoja have to defend. To be honest, 7 is probably just about right for all the stoppages we've seen in this second half. Anglin stands over this. Looks like this is going to be a strike for goal here. Anglin is going to take aim, and he sends it well over the top of the crossbar. And Pantoja again push for a late winning goal. Martez sends the ball forward. It's headed towards the outskirts of the penalty area. And it's going to be a free kick going Harbour View's way, and some pain here experienced by Breckenridge. And it looks like it's going to be a yellow card for Franco Perez for leaving a little bit on at the end when the ball was already released. That's not going to help the Pantoja cause. Harbour View still in search of a winner themselves. And the cross in by Bradford goes right to Marte. Still 5 minutes left. Gerard is dispossessed. Great challenge by the substitute Burton. All this played ahead. Martez clears for Pantoja. Ball is weaved ahead. Was there a last second clearance there? Oh, and then there's another late challenge that comes in. Players from both sides not happy. Coach Bonacorso also pointing out something as well as Anglin's having trouble getting up, and for the first time Harding is slow to get up. There's a collision there and then a slip as well into Baez. And then actually just at the end of that, there was another late challenge that came in. You see the replay here. The whistle, I think, had already gone, and then that challenge comes in. Whistle had gone before that challenge it came in. Extremely late. Say what you want about the Harbour View time-wasting tactics and some of their shenanigans, but Pantoja had a couple of very rash challenges here down the stretch. England looks to be okay. Once again, he's being accused of milking it a little bit here, but it's one of those things where I'm not sure either side can plead innocence here as far as the dark arts, if you will. There's still a game out there ready to be won by one of these two. As it stands, Harbour View would still go to the top of the table on 4 points, and Pantoja would be in joint second with Robin Hood, who play tomorrow night. Vasquez looking for Baez down the line. Gerardo picks it up, Baez stays with it and keeps it in. Cross from Gerardi's out for a throw. There's still 2.5 minutes left. Vasquez's cross is headed out for a corner. Still a chance here for Pantoja to complete the comeback. They were down a goal after 6 minutes. They've equalized in the second half, and they have a chance to win it. Mosquera's cross. No one able to redirect it in a navy blue shirt. Chance to recycle. Mosquera wins a throw on the near side. Baez will take it and gives it right back, although he gets a fortunate bounce to regain possession. Cross back in is headed and caught by Palma. Wasn't a bad effort on the cross, and Estadio, who scored on match day 1, an equalizer against Cibao, trying to become a hero again for Pantoja in this Caribbean Cup run. There's still time left. I wonder if the referee will add on a little bit extra for the time wasting in stoppage time. We will see. Pantoja can't rely on that. They do get another chance. The whistle goes. Looks like there's an infraction, and it's going to be a free kick for Harborview, which may very well take us past the 7 added minutes. The referee is telling them to speed it up. Is there going to be one last opportunity? And before the 7 minutes have been played, the full-time whistle goes. There was still a decent chunk of time left there. And Pantoja looked perplexed, it must be said. It finishes honors even in this one, and Pantoja can take some positives from that. There was some wild and wacky circumstances at the end of this one between the two teams, and that will be a big part of the story in the end. Take nothing away from this, Omar Thompson scored maybe one of the goals of the group stage with the opener inside of 6 minutes. Huge equalizer from Robert Rosado to get Pantoja back on level terms, but neither team would score from there, and that's how the match finishes. In the Dominican Republic, it is Pantoja 1, Harborview 1.